Alright, let's try that again. This time I think I'm just going to leave the sound settings alone, because it does not seem to like it. Alright. Let me get set up here a little bit. Alright. Really want to try fixing that before I get started here. Alright, come on. Let me take a look here. Fire, what's up? What's up? Billy D, what's going on? Oh boy. It's telling me video output is low. And I even changed settings and everything, trying to see if I could fix what was happening yesterday, but it's probably on YouTube's end. And I tried to change my sound settings and my computer locked up. I had to reboot. That's what happened the first time. Interesting. Just as I started, somebody called me. Fortunately, I don't know. Yeah, Pedro, it's killing me too. Hold on. Okay. You know, it seems like as soon as I go live, that's when everybody wants to call. But anyway, what's up, Pedro? And Silver, what's going on? About to start. Let me know. I'm very curious. I should be able to see it in a minute. But I would like to know if you guys can hear the game sounds. It looks like there's some game sounds coming in. So let me know if you can hear them and if they are too loud or what have you. All right, Samir, what's up? Adam Warlock, what's going on? Just trying to get settled in here. Oh. Just got back home from doing a little shopping. All right, let's get stuck in here. Get this arena grind going. So, can you guys hear the game sounds right now? And if so, how's the volume on them? DJ Digsby, what's up? What's up? Hey Shark, what's going on? Adam Warlock says everybody smack that like button. Let's get this party started the right way. Yeah, buddy. All right. Let me try and get this going. Hopefully things will settle down. Right now it's telling me that the stream health is not good. So that means you guys might get buffering. Same way it was yesterday, but it did clear up eventually. Okay, so the game sound, because I see something coming through. Oh, wow. Getting wrecked by Starkey here. There we go. Had to pay attention a little bit. Let me see if I can adjust the game audio real quick here. As soon as I get into the next match, I'll try to change it, because I see something that looks like you should be able to hear it, but I have to have it turned down, of course. Otherwise, you guys will get a really nasty echo. Adam says, did I figure out what was eating 100% of my processor? No. I mean, well, I know what was eating up the processor. What I don't know is why. Because it was a combination of things, and they shouldn't have been taking up that much processor. But it was everything that I was using. All right, let me turn the sound up a little bit. Okay, so let me know. You saw what I just did, so let me know if I just made the game sound too loud, or what it sounds like. Okay, oop, come on. X23 on X23. DJ Digsby says, okay, I can't like twice, so unless you want me to dislike it. No, that's quite all right. Tim, what's up? Busy Friday. Good afternoon. Yes. I just got back home, and I hadn't eaten breakfast or lunch, and so I popped in because I was suffering a sugar low, but I still wanted to stream anyway, because I know if I do not get these 5 stars on cooldown, I'll be up late trying to do it, or just wait till tomorrow, which I could do too. But I just went ahead, ate something real sweet real quick, and I'll have my lunch / dinner proper after the stream. Okay, so the sound is out of sync. Oh boy. I mean, that kind of makes sense, because the stream health does show that it's low, so I guess that would be the case. Oh boy. Jeremiah, what's up? What's up? Silver says, so for all the spenders of MCOC, what are your thoughts on the deal? My thoughts on those deals are always the same, pretty much. If it's something that you need, and it's not a huge drain on you financially, go for it. You're the only one that knows your finances and what the impact would be of picking that deal up. I mean, it's an okay deal, but you know, just depends. You know, if you need it, great. If you have the money, great. All right, thanks, Shark. Appreciate it. Jeremiah says, what? Silver. Okay, here we go with this guy. Get him down. Meta, what's up? What's up? Oh, you're going to be watching while you make some lunch. Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me. I'm waiting to eat till after the stream. Okay, come on. Love fighting a unawakened Korg. I knew he was going to do that, because he knew that I was going to do this. I am running currently both Suicide Masteries, Double Edge and Liquid Courage. So things should go a little bit quicker. I'm not going to mess with the sound settings, because every time I do, while I have this program running, because I think the program I don't know. After this update, it might be the Streamlabs OBS that's causing me some problems. I don't know. I may try streaming back. Okay, looks like it's clearing up. Let me know if the sound is a little bit back in sync. Because the stream health, it looks like it's improving. Meta says, oof, you hungry? I always gotta eat before, man, I can't think straight on an empty stomach. Well, I feel you. I'm not hungry immediately, but I didn't have breakfast or lunch. But what I did, which you really shouldn't do, is I snacked. So I ate, I had a little bit of ice cream and a little pie just to hold me over. Not healthy, but I was suffering a sugar low. So it was either just wait, stream in about an hour or so, because I do take my time to eat, or just pop something in real quick, stream for, you know, about an hour, hour and a half or so, and then eat proper. But we'll see. But yeah, Adam, let me know if the sound is still out of sync or if it's starting to come back in sync. Because I know that with software, there's going to be sync problems, but I'm hoping it's not too badly out of sync. If it is, I may just turn it down again. Oh, it sounds good now? Okay, perfect. Yeah, when you said that it was out of sync, I wasn't surprised because it was showing me that the stream health was in the red. And I'm starting to think now that it's on my side, because when I looked and I saw how much CPU stuff was taken up, I don't know if it's having to do something in the beginning and then clears up later or what. But this is exactly what happened yesterday. But yeah, now it's in the green, so everything seems to be doing just fine. And it didn't always do this, so I don't know. And remember, my machine, I had to reinstall everything. I had to reinstall Windows and everything. So I'm still getting the machine back configured the way that I had it before. And it seems like my sound, I may have put in the wrong sound drivers. I mean, not the wrong sound drivers, but some ones that may be having some problems. So I'm gonna look and see if I can get some different ones, play around with them. Because like right now, while I'm streaming and everything is running, you know, the mirroring software and everything, if I go to the sound settings and try to mess around with it, it will lock up my machine. And I don't know why it does that either. But I am not going. Yeah. Or really, I need to upgrade my machine. I mean, it's still good for what it does, but you know how it goes. You know, this machine, I built this machine over 7 years ago. And since then, you know, operating system's done come and gone, and I'm running Windows 10 now, which of course wasn't even out when I built this machine. So it's getting long in the tooth, but it's still serviceable, but it's falling apart. Right now, I can't even use my graphics card. I don't know if it's the graphics card or the graphics port, combination of the two, but I'm having to use the onboard video, which I had never used since I built it. and it doesn't do so well. You know, I'm running dual monitors still, at least, but it can't handle it as well as my graphics card, which is no surprise. Yeah, Adam, I know about Chrome and their memory leaks. Definitely. Yeah, and that's exactly what it was doing, Adam. The processor, and I looked at Chrome, and I think you were here when I was looking at it going, what in the world is it doing? Because I looked and I saw a bunch of different processes. Well, Chrome will do that, but at the time, I wasn't running a lot of stuff. See, normally I'll run a bunch of tabs in Chrome, so I'm used to having a bunch of processes, right? But I specifically shut down all tabs except one. Right now, I have one tab up, and it's to the live stream. But yet, when I looked, I saw about 10, 15 of them running. And it was taking up quite a bit of processor that it really shouldn't have been. So I tried to, all right, Doc4 Strange, D43, thank you. So I tried to switch over to Firefox, because that's what I used to use almost exclusively. But it started getting bloated and causing some troubles. And so I switched over to Chrome after it got, you know, a little bit more robust. I'm a web developer. I've been a web developer for quite a while. Oh, I was wondering what happened. It was because he got that sting on me and it stunned me. I was like, why all of a sudden am I getting hit? But yeah, I was a web developer for a company for 7 years, and we had to make sure that our stuff was tested in all different browsers. IE5 we still had to support. We were so happy when we didn't have to support that thing anymore. But in any case, Firefox was the way to go, because it had a lot of add-ons and tools that you could use that helped you in web development. Well, eventually Chrome got some of those tools as well. So yeah, I'm familiar with a lot of the different issues of the browsers, having to deal with them like that. And it looks like Firefox has slimmed down a little bit more, and who knows, I might go back to it. You know, I haven't used it exclusively for a while, so I might go back to it and see if that helps anything. Okay. Come on, Emma. Haha. No power for you. Okay. Adam says, oh yeah, got to rebuild machines every 2 to 4 years now. Adam, I used to update my machine every year. There was never a year that I didn't upgrade something on it. Usually, because I was a heavy PC gamer, it was usually my graphics card. And what I would do is, you know, that initial graphics card that I bought was expensive. You know, we're talking about $500-600 for my graphics card. But then what I would do is, not even a year, when they came out with the latest and greatest, I would sell mine, which usually sold for quite a bit. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Oh, that's going to be a fun fight. I usually sold it for a very good amount, and then I used that money to offset the cost of the new graphics card. So eventually I was getting graphics cards that were the latest, but I was paying only a few $100s for it. So I would do that every year. And then, yeah, every couple of years I would actually get a new motherboard, memory, and CPU, which basically was the machine. And often I'd throw in a new case, just, you know, as a treat to myself. I usually did not upgrade the hard drives, although one year I did get an SSD. It was the first SSD I ever owned, and it's the only SSD I've ever owned because it's still in here. Keith Winnett, what's up? Oh, I did not mean to do that. And this is the fight that I definitely didn't want to get any extra damage on. Hold on, because I made a mistake. I didn't mean to match him up. Just look at the PI. Ooh, boy. Okay, yeah, just keep throwing that. Yeah, that's what we doing. Get that before you get your armor back up. Nice. Yeah, see that PI? Like double my PI. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I tried to treat myself as much as possible. Oh, you're using a Mac Mini that's 8 years old? Ouch. Yeah, that's what I hear about Firefox. That's why I'm going to switch back to it. I always preferred Firefox. It was more customizable. I loved it. I only switched out because it was starting to give me problems and it was getting bloated. Only reason. But I kind of checked back in with them and I have it downloaded. I have it installed and I tried it out a little bit. Saw how it worked with YouTube and all that. And I like it. So I'll probably switch over to it. It's just that I have all this stuff set up already. I just need to set it up in Firefox again. You know, get my bookmarks over and configure Firefox again like I had it. Just gotta stop being lazy and get it done. Okay. What we got? Pedro says, okay, I'm back. Had to jump on a call. No problem. Once you go SSD, you never go back. You ain't kidding, man. That SSD was crazy good. And they're much better now. The SSD drive that I have is 128 gigs. And it cost me almost $400 when I got it. And yes, I am aware of how much they have changed. The capacity is crazy now. This same drive, I actually looked it up. This same drive that I paid almost $400 for, if I were to buy the same exact drive right now, it's about $30. I can get this exact same drive, get a second one in here for about 30 bucks. I just had to shake my head. Alright, let's get this Ultron down. He's trying to act up. There we go. Keith says, somebody once asked me if IE worked with Apple OS. I told them IE doesn't even work in Windows. Oh, dang, Keith. I tell you though, man, that IE 5 was a blight. We were tired of supporting that, but we still had clients that were not able to upgrade. You know, people are like, they take it for granted. You know, like right now, if I wanted to upgrade my IE or anything like that, well, it's called Edge now, but you know, if I wanted to upgrade, all I got to do is go download it. But when you work at a company, you can't just do that. That has to be a corporate decision. And upgrading everyone's machines, and they may have apps that are built to run on a particular version. They would have to reevaluate. You know, they have to do impact statements and feasibility reports and all of that good stuff. So it's not a simple matter. So, you know, we were like, man, you know, we wish they would upgrade from IE5, but some of them that are using it wish they could as well. Now, get this. They would often call me up for some support. They were having a problem. But see, they would use one browser at work, They used a different browser at home, and they might have a different one on their laptop. So I always had to ask them, okay, what browser are you seeing this issue in? Because we tried to test it on all the different browsers. Eventually, we had to set up virtual machines so that we could test it, test all the different browsers. Yeah, it was a nightmare. Eventually, we started just saying we tested in just the grade A browsers. But okay, what we got? Firefox. Hey, Bobby, what's up, Bobby? Excuse me. Keith says Firefox was my browser when I played browser-based games. Yep, mine too. My favorite was called Ogami. I don't remember that. But I've been using, put it this way, my first browser was Netscape. I know you've heard of Netscape, and I love Netscape. And then this upstart Microsoft came out with their browser. And most of us were like, okay, but Netscape is the bomb, and Internet Explorer isn't. I don't know if you guys remember all the shadiness that Microsoft did, but yeah. So I was very happy to find out that Netscape, they were bought out. They were bought by another company, and they were still around, still alive. And Firefox is basically the child of my old browser. So of course I loved Firefox because it did things just like Netscape did. There were a few things that no browser did quite the same way, and you get used to it, and little niggly things that people are probably not even concerned with these days. But oh yeah, Firefox was always my favorite. I've just gotten so used to Chrome over the years, so I'll switch on back eventually. Silver, okay, you got the answer. Yeah, I play on an iPad, 2018. And exactly, Silver. I don't like Apple. Apple and Microsoft, I don't like them. I don't like their business practices. They make decent products, yes, but I don't like them. So this iPad is the first and only iOS device I have ever bought. I was an Android user, still am an Android user. When I do finally get a new phone, it's going to be an Android phone, not an iPhone. I got the iPad because of this game, and because I knew that's all I needed. Even if I got a phone, I wouldn't have gotten it with service. Can't afford it right now. So I would have been using this more expensive device if I had gotten the iPhone, and I would have been using it like it was a tablet. So why not get the tablet? It was cheaper, and it was a better buy for me. Yep, exactly, Silver. You see it. All right, let me catch up a little bit. I looked at that iPad I bought on Amazon, and it's up to $280 now, but that's still cheaper than a new phone. Exactly. My first browser was Netscape Navigator. Yep, me and you. Well, of course, Keith, we're around the same age. Much as you don't want to admit it. Let's see. Okay, you're asking him. I'd run Legends on it if I ever cared to. Netscape became Mozilla, didn't it? Yep, it did. That's exactly what I was saying, Keith. Netscape became Mozilla, and Firefox. There is a branch of browser, like the Firefox browser is using the same code, but it's a branch. If you know source control, it's a branch off of the same trunk. So there is another browser that they make for, I think, more corporate uses and things like that. So the Mozilla browser is still there, but the Mozilla browser and the Firefox browser share code. It's funny because I made my Netscape comment way before we heard you make yours. Okay, hey, there you go. Silva says, "Oh, so that's why I like you. Your hate for Apple." Yeah, I'm not a fan of what they tried to do. Same thing with Microsoft. You got to remember that, you know, I, as a developer, had a different perspective of Microsoft. I saw what they were doing long before they got pulled into court after all the damage was done and you couldn't actually fix it. After they had sent quite a few businesses out of business, you know, businesses that I liked, they had a method. If they couldn't buy you out, they destroyed you by using their monopoly, which they tried to deny that they had. I mean, think about it. What operating system are you running on your computers these days? Is it not Windows? Is there something else you want to run? And while you did have alternatives, you were not going to be able to make any money. That's what they did. You could have an alternative. There was OS 8. There was OS Warp. There was, of course, Linux still around. But if you wanted to try to make money, nope. You couldn't really compete with them. And then they used their monopoly to destroy businesses. Netscape used to make money. That was all they did. Netscape made a browser and they made money selling their browser. Microsoft, their main product was Windows. Then they used that to give their browser away for free, first of all. And then when that didn't work, they bundled it with Windows. Then they entered into exclusive contracts with companies so that they could not use any product that was competing with Microsoft. So I worked for one company. It was just a contract company. And they were a C++ shop. They used C++ everywhere, except in one little area. And I was curious. It was the area where you were creating user interfaces. And I said, well, you have this beautiful product. It was a Borland's product that was just like Visual Basic. It had a nice GUI designer and everything. But it was in C++. And of course, the shop was in C++. And they said, we would love to use that because you're right. But because of the contract that they had with Microsoft, they couldn't use the best product for the company. They had to go with a Microsoft product, and Microsoft didn't have a product that actually did that, but it was still considered a competing product. It was a competing company. Basically, it was a company that they were trying to destroy. Anybody remember Borland? Yeah. So they were trying to destroy them. And see, I loved Borland. They made some good stuff. They had innovative things that Microsoft copied. Yeah, don't get me started on the history and the things that Microsoft did. And Apple is just as bad. They have the same mindset. Remember when they tried to make jailbreaking their phones illegal so they could actually pursue legal action? That's why I don't like them. Yeah, we're all old, Adam. Adam says, my next phone is going to be an Android, but I'll keep getting the cheap iPads for the game. Pretty much. As long as I'm playing this game, may as well. And honestly, not just this game. It makes sense because iPhone and iOS rather users spend more money. So it makes sense for a company to invest the developer manpower and develop for that platform. So of course games are going to run better on iOS devices because the programmers are optimizing it for those devices. That's where the money is. So it makes sense. So for quite a few games, you may as well just go ahead and get an iPad, because that's what the developing game companies are optimizing for. And to be fair, from a developer's perspective, it's easier developing for iOS than for Android. Android is very splintered. Christina, happy Friday. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Silva says, so if I buy an iPad, will I get banned for switching from platform to platform in case I'm out and about? Nope, you won't. In fact, I still have my Galaxy S5, and I'll hop on it when there's like a deal that Android users get. I'll jump on that one. Kabam is very savvy, and they have the logs. So if you have a machine and you log into your account, like for me personally, since I don't share it, when they look through my connection logs and they see the device info, it'll show them that my Galaxy S5 connected to 2 accounts ever, and both of them are mine. My old iPhone, which is dead now, it connected to only my main account, and I just played on the main account, and I kept my Galaxy S5 for my alt account, and that's all that they will see. And then when this iPad came along, same thing. I've only ever connected to my main account with this iPad. So what they would be looking for to ban me, they would look for me connecting to an account that was not my own. So, I mean, and it's very, very obvious. You know, if you see a lot of connections, like you have somebody, and you can't go by IP address by itself, but you can look at certain connections and device info, and a lot is given up in that connection packet that people don't realize, other than just your IP address. So they can do some forensics and see if this device is connecting to other accounts that are also being connected to by other devices. That's the kind of stuff they look for. It's time consuming, so they don't always do it, which is why the bans happen in waves. They gather up the information. SunSource had an OS? Yeah, they did. Alright, I have to pay attention a little bit because this Agent Venom likes to shrug things off. Okay. Yeah, nobody needs to get me started on that. Ooh, no. Alright, Christina says, would like to share that I've had quite an amazing day. Awesome. Glad to hear it, Christina. Months behind. What's up? What's up? Glad to see you're enjoying yourself. I see some laughter, which is a good thing. Always a good thing. Ooh. That sentry, that should have been my intercept. He just came right over the top. Boom. Now how you feeling about yourself? Right in your face. Yeah, Adam, I think we're on the same iPad. I think that's the one that I bought. I didn't buy the larger one because I was afraid that it would be too large and not comfortable to play on. So I believe I got the 9.7, not the... There was one that was like 10, over 10 inches or something like that. And I didn't do that. Anyone knows what class champs we have for trials today? No, Pedro, I do not. It'll be a surprise. Surprise, surprise. Silva says I only have the one account. Yeah, you're fine. You are perfectly fine. You won't get banned for that. Only reason I have 2 accounts, I think I told that story. It had to do with Marvel Insider and me changing my name. Short version, I redeemed some rewards and sent it to my original name, which was just Shadow, not Lord Shadow, but just Shadow. And then I changed my name before the rewards got to me. I notified Marvel Insider that I had changed my name, and they told me they couldn't do anything. And I'm like, man, I don't want somebody snatching my name and getting my rewards. So I created a new account with my old name, just Shadow, and sure enough, the rewards came right to it. But then they corrected it, not corrected it, but they sent it to my main account as well, so I actually got the rewards twice. It was a 2-star blade. I do not 2-ped. Okay. Alright. Trying to catch up and do a little grinding. I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Alright, come on. Doom, doom, boom. Headbutt for the win. Oh, you do have the iPad Pro 10.5? Yeah, that was the more expensive one. Now, if I had money, yeah, I would have gotten the iPad Pro. But since I don't have money, and I had to actually take a loan out to get this one, I had to go with the cheaper one. So just the regular old iPad. Christina says, did Lord Shadow notice me while I wasn't in the stream? I certainly did, Christina. Was talking you up too. But I most certainly noticed you. Anthony, what's up? What's up? Yeah, TGIF for real. I'm so glad we had this time together. All right. Get this guy down. Come on. There we go. Months Behind says, that is why I'm waiting to change my name now so I don't lose my Marvel Insider stuff. Good idea. Adam says, yep, I'm just getting regular iPads from here on out. Yeah, especially if it's just for the game. I mean, the iPad Pro is definitely, you know, a nicer option, but honestly, I think it's largely overkill. I think Dave streams, he uses an iPad Pro, and I listen to all the problems that he has, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not having a lot of those problems on my regular iPad. I'd be real pissed if I got that iPad Pro and was having all those problems with it. And it's not the iPad Pro, at least I don't think it is. It might be the interaction between the iPad Pro and the game. Don't know. Don't care. Couldn't afford that iPad Pro anyway. Okay, so he just parried me. Cool, cool. Nice story. Okay, Silver says, Lord Shadow, you buy your iPad on Amazon? Nope. I bought it at Walmart. I actually went in to my local Walmart and just picked it up. I actually called them and said, do you still have some of those in stock? And they said, yep, we still have a few in stock. I said, I'm on my way. Hopped on the bus, went on down there, and got it. Got back on the bus, came on over here, and then made a video about it when I unboxed it. Yeah, Christina. John Biscuit, what's up? For some reason, I feel like I have to say your full name. John Biscuit. But John Biscuit says, thoughts on new matchmaking? Also, hi. Hi. Well, John Biscuit, I don't know. I have not heard anything on the new matchmaking other than that they were working on it. So I haven't read about any details on the new matchmaking system. So I don't usually stay on the forums at all. Often very toxic over there. So I used to hit the forums to read up and try to keep up with stuff. Now I'm just like, I'll find out. Some YouTuber is going to tell me. And then I might, or someone online will post up a link. And then I'll go read up on it that way. Silva says, I'm on Android and the lag, input drops, crashing is frustrating. Oh, yeah. I remember. And the load times, that's the thing that really got me on my Android. And it got worse. Then they improved it a little bit. But remember, my Android was old. So when I first started playing the game, it was on that Android. And the gameplay was actually pretty nice. The only problem that I had on that one was that it loaded so slow. I actually made a video. You guys can search for it. But I made a video comparing my iPhone 5 and my Galaxy S5. And some people, they didn't fully understand the test because they were thinking, okay, these are two old devices, so the tests are invalid. I'm like, no. I can see that you guys aren't programmers, so you don't fully understand the test. First of all, they're both devices that were around the same time. And many times you don't want to use your new devices because your newer devices are going to be faster and they'll often hide issues, coding issues. The coding issues become more pronounced when you use the older devices. And what you needed to see was the difference. There should never be that much of a difference in load times between the Android and the iOS device. They were around the same age, but the load times were crazy different. And I told them, I was like, and if you get newer ones, the difference in the speed is going to be about the same unless they did something. And they did eventually do something. They optimized a little bit and it improved, and I did the test again and it showed the improvement. So yeah, those tests were very useful. And then I saw that Brian Grant had done his own test with newer devices, and the conclusions were exactly the same. Infobot sent the link. Okay, John. That means when I go to line, I'll read up on it. But yeah, I haven't read it yet. They must have sent it after I started streaming, because I didn't see it. The load times aren't bad. Well, yeah, Silver. See, when you buy new devices, they're going to be faster. They're going to be faster than my Galaxy. That's not the question. The question is, what does your load time look like compared to a similar 2017 iPhone? That's the thing. All right, Itens says, I'm on my way. On your way where? Months Behind says, I have both the iPad. I have both, and iPad is way better and faster and plays better. Yeah, that's what they've coded it for. So it should. Itens, did you really skip my comment? No, well, yeah, I did skip it, but I went back. Adam said, Silver, I bought mine on Amazon because buying refurbs doesn't bother me. Yeah, you get some good deals. Especially Amazon is going to honor it anyway. So it's not the risk that it might be somewhere else. You know, if it turns out bad, you can just contact Amazon, and they usually are really good about that sort of thing. I think I've bought refurbed items a few times, and I usually don't have any problems with them. And Anthony says, been doing some crazy things while testing Supreme. 55k special 3 against Act 4 Venom. 88k direct damage versus 5.4.4 War Machine with second line buff. Woo. Still waiting for the champion boss in AW. Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely an awesome champion. There's a reason people wanted him. And if I pull him, I'll be happy. I'm gonna have a crystal opening later on today. All right, come on, there we go. Adam says, with Amazon, if you get a bad iPad, you can send it right back. Exactly. You just have to make sure it's sold directly from Amazon or Amazon warehouse. Yep. And I always do. If I'm going to get refurbished, I always make sure it's from Amazon directly. Not from any of their resellers or sellers or anything like that. You're using a refurbed iPad right now? Okay, there you go. John Biscuit said the summary of the post is fixed start times. They needed to do that from before. 4H matchmaking, 20H placement, and 24 hour. Sorry. I don't know why I'm just saying H like that. 4-hour matchmaking, 20-hour placement, and 24-hour attack. Okay. Should be interesting. Should be spicy. We'll see how that goes. Now, I feel bad. I don't know when the start time is actually going to be, but when it's fixed, one thing that I can see as a problem is what happens when it starts during some folks, you know, sleep time. You know, when you can kind of set the time yourself, it's, you know, a little bit more flexible. But, yeah, this should be interesting. This should be very interesting. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. All right, Punisher. Quit hitting me like that. I don't like you like that. Yeah, I've been waiting to hear what they did with the matchmaking because they really needed to do something. And I was watching Legacy's... oh, man, I was too close. All right, come on. There we go. Okay, you just... All right, fine. Now I'm against the wall. Get off me. But Legacy was talking about something that I always mention myself when I talk about this matchmaking system. How you going to have the top 3 alliances and they all were undefeated? See, that shouldn't be. Should not be. Because that lets me know that they're not fighting each other. That's for sure. And we've already seen some of the crazy matchups. My alliance got matched up with New York City Guardians one season. And I'm like, what, really? Once I found out who they were and I saw their rating, I was just like, that's nuts. That should never happen. So hopefully with these changes that they're going to make, and I'll read it, that won't happen. John says, I'm more excited about the 2 weeks of suicides, but yeah, that concerns me too. Hopefully it's not too bad. Yep. Well, I tend to run suicides all the time now. And right now I'm running dual suicides. And, oh, man, well, I'm not going to mention anything. I'll talk to you about the war in the video once the war is over. But I am running both Liquid Courage and Double Edge right now. And anytime you set up your masteries, you have to set your masteries up around the champions that you're going to use. And so I was thinking, you know, I usually run half suicides so that my healing isn't, you know, harmed at all. And usually that's for Alliance Quest. You know, I don't want to damage or reduce my Blade's healing and my Ghost Rider's healing. But for Alliance War, I'm using Corvus. Okay, so he doesn't take bleed damage. He actually heals up from it. Liquid Courage doesn't really matter. He still heals. He heals maybe a little bit less, but he still heals up. I'm using Iceman for the poison node. He doesn't care which one I'm using. So the only one would be my Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. And I don't have to use him for a ton of fights. And the fights are going to be over pretty quickly with both those suicides on. So I'm like, I may as well start running both of these. And in Alliance Quest, Blade and Ghost Rider, even on day 5, even when I was doing map 6, day 5, I was fine. So I said, let me just continue running them. They're more fun anyway, and they make arena grinding more fun and faster. Anthony says, yeah, no more alliances dodging each other. There you go. They should never be allowed. The top alliances should have had to duke it out. So the only alliance that should be able to claim undefeated would be the alliance that was in first place. Because the alliance that's second will have gotten beaten at least once by the first place or the third place, something. And same for the third place alliance. So only the one that's all the way at the top should be able to claim that they were undefeated. All right, Keith says, would you rank 5 a 4-star Corvus if it helped you reach your goal of running suicides full time? Yep, sure would. He is one of, in fact, I have him at rank 5. He is one that I think is worthy of a rank 5 as a 4-star. Definitely still a powerhouse. You know, now, of course, I wouldn't bring him in war just because of the level of war that I'm at right now, but the 4-star is still useful. You know, like say I'm like right now, my Corvus and my Spider-Man Stark Enhanced 5 stars are in war until the war, you know, until we down the boss or the war is over. So if I'm fighting in some content, right now I don't have any content to do, so I'm not using him. But if I have content to do and I don't want to wait, I can bring my Corvus and he's still a beast. But like I wouldn't bring my 4-star Corvus in for the trials because those trials are crazy. And I like to do epic difficulty, so I'll just wait until the war is over and then hit the trial and get it done. Reaper Dragon, what's up? What's up? Adam says, I have a rank 4 and 5 star Corvus for that because reasons. Yep. Got a 550 and I got a rank 5 Corvus, and if I get a 6-star Corvus, well, I certainly wouldn't rank him up to 2, but I'll be very happy to get a 6-star Corvus, because that would mean that I could use one in war and one outside of war, because he doesn't need to be awakened. Ooh, I would love to get a 6-star Corvus. Keith says, war doesn't matter. I'm trying to find an alliance home that does map 5 and doesn't care about war. Keith. I don't know what the status of my old alliance is anymore. They may have become even more of a retirement alliance than they were. Otherwise, I would have tried to put you in touch with my old alliance leader, because that he does not do war. He would not do war. And I think they were doing just map 5, and that was it. But I haven't talked to him in a while, so I don't know about the alliance. That is, we keep in touch every so often. Billy D says, Lord Shadow, love your thoughts on this. Will Kabam ever try to fix the issues that some Androids seem to get? My Mobi is a Sony X23 Xperia, and I think this Mobi is way better than an iPhone. The money is just not there, Billy. That's the problem. The money is not there, so iPhones or iOS devices get all their attention because that's where their money is made. They may throw Android a bone here and there, but yeah. Just think about this. The Legends runs, how many Legend runs are successful on Android devices? Because the way they do their Android, I mean, the way they do their, hold on, hard to do that and have to deal with this. Okay, he's not going to want to switch. Yeah, look at him. He's just staying there. So we'll just do you old school style then, huh? Mm-hmm. Bring it. Yeah, see? Look at that. Never backed up at all. Never backed up to block or anything. He just kept on the attack. Hate that version of Nightcrawler. Anyway. Yeah, the money is just not there. They're going to focus on the iOS, and most Android users know better than to try a Legends run. Not saying that you can't do it, but you're doing it with a handicap, and that's pretty much acknowledged. That's widely acknowledged. You would rank 2 a 6-star Corvus just because? Hey, he's one of the ones that I can at least see people doing that with. But since I already have a rank 5 Corvus, nah, I wouldn't do it. Months Behind says, so hard for me not to use my generic on Corvus. I did. I used a generic on Corvus. Because reasons. Prestige. And I was trying to attract a much higher tier alliance. And I wanted them to see that Corvus awakened in my profile, so he could just look so sexy. And it's not like his awakened ability is useless. Munt says that is the same thing that I will be looking for once my schedule at work changes. Okay. Working college makes my time to play hard. I'll bet. Affliction, what's up? What's up? Woo! Come on, Mr. Juggernaut. Mr. Juggernaut. Bring it. Ha! But you're not awakened, so you got no unstoppable. Here, get a little armor break. Yeah, now it's a party. Mun says, hard to run Legend on an Android. Exactly. Billy D says, I missed out on Legend bad by 2 minutes. No suicides. I'd say I would have got it. Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible. Like I said, you're just at a handicap. Someone who did the exact same thing that you did, had your exact same skill. The only difference between you is your device, and the person with the iOS device is going to win. It makes a very big difference because it adds up. In the video that I did, that comparison, I do a total so you could actually see over the course of time just how much of a difference that makes. And it's huge. And it just gets larger the longer it is, the longer the period of time. Okay, let's see. Mun says, especially with 10 cosmic stones in overflow that will expire in 2 days. Ooh. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. The only reason that I used the generic on him was because I wanted the prestige, like I said, and I knew I was going to be taking him to rank 5. And there was no way I was not going to awaken a rank 5. Now, I have a Cosmic Awakening Gem now. So, I could have waited until I did Variant and all that good stuff. But you know what? His Awakened ability saved me items many a time. It is nice to have that little cheat death. And then combine it with Heimdall. Very nice. Very, very nice. One team, I think I went in Variant, was Corvus, my little 3-star Heimdall, because that's all I have. I had Hela, and I didn't have an Awaken. I still don't, I don't think. Do I? No, I think I may have awakened her finally. But at the time, I didn't have a 5-star Awakened Hela, so I was using the 4-star and my Angela. That was a team that I went in there with. And, oh, man, it was nice. It made the aspect of chaos, was it? Or aspect of war? No, aspect of chaos. Very easy. Very, very easy. It was actually fun doing it. And very quick. Saved me a lot. Alright. Woo! Alliance quest is done. Soon it'll start up again. This time I think I'm going to go in with my 4 stars. And well, you'll find out why if you watch my Alliance War video. I learned my lesson, and I think I'm going to stick to using my 4 stars for map 5 in Alliance Quest. Because that's what I used to do before. And then I was like, you know, just to make things easier, and a lot of times I'd take things noted, I would go in with my 5-star Blade, 5-star Ghost Rider, both, you know, Blade is ranked 5 and Ghost Rider is ranked 4. And then I'd go in just for synergies, well, not just for synergies because he's still a beast, my 4-star Starkey, and that's my Alliance Quest team. Ooh, look at that power lock. Ooh, refreshed it. Ha ha, sweet. I really got to learn how to use Doc Ock a little bit better. Doom, doom, doom. So, we're right on schedule here. It's about an hour, 10 minutes. Of course, we had some technical difficulties early on, but after this round, I'll be done with my 5 stars. So that means that all my 5 stars will be off cooldown by 10 o'clock tonight. And I can start on them at around 9. And, yeah. So we're good there. And I mean, I don't have to do it that way, but I like to get it done as quick as possible. Oh, and I don't know if I told you guys, but I ended up getting Diablo 4-star. I wasn't going for him. I really wasn't. And I was just like, you know, I don't really want him, you know, 4-star featured. I'm going to stop going for these 4-star featured. I ain't going to really use him anywhere. And so for the second round, I was just putting up points for shards. And then I was like, you know what? I've got a little bit of time. Let me just pad the score. And I ended up getting him anyway. Who that? Shadowblum. Oh. I think I'm already done with But I do need the friendship bonuses. I might do that later. Shadow, if you're watching, I might hit you up later. We can get that last friendship bonus knocked out. Kano, what's up? What's up? Oh, I like it. What's up, Lord Shakedown? Awesome. Think I got me a new nickname. Lord Shakedown. Beware. Okay, I got something for your passive butt, Nightcrawler. Yeah, that's what I thought. Boom, boom, down. So you guys heard about the compensation that guy, the Quake player who got banned, got? Well, because he got kicked from his alliance because of it. But they reversed the ban. So clearly something was up. They haven't really said anything, of course. No details, but yeah. Yeah, Kano. That's the case where autocorrect actually did a nice Lord Shakedown. Shake that thing, miss. Kinda shake that thing. Alright. Come on. Oh, I hate when she does this. Yep, I knew it. Whew, almost got me. Yeah, I'm playing around again with my masteries. I'm gonna change up something. Yep, I'll be in. I'll be home for Christmas. Okay. But I'm thinking of changing up a couple of things in my well, not a couple of things, adding 1 point in limber to my mastery setup, because I used to max it out all the time, and then I stopped doing that because I wanted to try out another mastery and didn't want to give up any points anywhere else. So there were also times where I didn't run any points, I mean, well, 1 point in limber, but now it's kind of mandatory that we use Scouter Lens. So I had to put the point somewhere, so I always put them in limber. And I might max it out and take a point from somewhere else. We'll see. Maybe from maybe from Deep Wounds. I don't know. Or Assassin. That could be a thing too. Because the thing is, I want to have a build, because I'm going to have to swap out. Because I'm running Suicides. I'm going to continue running Suicides, but when I place my defenders, I can't run Suicides. So I want to lock my defense and my proficiencies in place, or else it gets very expensive to keep swapping it out. Right now, it costs me 61 units to swap out. So 61 units every time I place my defenders. A small price to pay, as far as I'm concerned, for being able to run Suicides. But to do that, I can't change my my defense and proficiencies each time I have to place. So I need to have those set, and then I just change out from my offense. So not a defense heavy build, but more of a balanced build designed to save me money, or well, not money, but units. Save me units when I have to swap out. If I wasn't running Suicides, I have another build for that, and that build always maxed out limber. But ever since I got Corvus, and you see how much Corvus loves Suicides, I'm just like, I'm going to keep on using Corvus. And if it wasn't for the poison node that I had to take on my path, I'd probably just run Corvus and some, let me see, Corvus, Starkey, and a Heimdall for that cheap death synergy. Kano says, what are your thoughts? What are thoughts on a rank 4 5-star unduped Nebula? I got a lot of yes and no. Well, she's not bad, but she's also in there as a 6-star because I have her as a 6-star. I don't know. I don't know if I would take up a 4-star. I mean a 5-star. Because I have done it. I guess it really depends on the state of your roster. I mean, how many rank 4s do you already have? And do you need an immune champion? Because she doesn't really need to be awakened. So it's not a bad thing to take her up to rank 4. But even my 6-star, I just don't use very often. But it's because of my roster. I have other champions that are better than she is in most situations, but she has her niche. So yeah, it just depends. Like immune, bleed, and poison, regen. Yep, that's all Nebula. Like I said, she's not bad, but I can think of other 5-stars that I would rank up to 4 over her. Because there's other, if you just need a bleed and poison immune, there's others, but really it just depends on who you have and who you like. She's definitely good, but one of the things about her block proficiency is really low, and her damage is not all that. If you can get the special 2 off after stacking up all those shock charges, then yeah, she does crazy amounts of damage, but to me, it's not worth it. There's other people that are better to use there. All right. And you noticed I switched to a different arena. Going with my 5-stars now, I don't even need to use my 550s to put up all the milestones. So I can switch over to the 4-star basic. Now once I get that going, I'll switch over or switch back to the 5-star feature just so that I can get it done faster, and then prep the 4-star featured, because once I have everything that I want, you know, basically I need about 12.5 in the 5-star featured. Then I just cycle my 6-stars to pad it up to like 13 million. That's usually my goal. And the 4-star featured, well, really only need 4 million, and that's like 2 rounds. It's all I need, 2 rounds, and I'm done with that arena as well. And that is how I finance switching my masteries and that sort of thing. Alright, get these guys down here. Oh, you're not even uncollected yet? Yeah, definitely want to get uncollected. Although Nebula wasn't all that for let me see, did I have her? She's not great against the champion. There's other champions that are better against the collector, not the champion. The collector. So let's see. Anthony says, found a use for my 6-star Neb and variant. Yeah, she got a use there. I think I used her once or twice though, but I had better options. All right, let's get this Iceman down. See, Iceman's not too bad damage-wise when you're running double suicides. Tim says, sorry for just lurking today. That's fine. I know you're there. I see you. We are just getting it done. And I'm trying to get it done quick so that I can go eat. It's like almost 3:30 my time. Well past lunch. So I'm going to have my my dinner time all skewed. In fact, I may end up skipping my dinner. Which is not good. But we'll see. I might try to eat a little something anyway. Just to say I did. All right. Ooh, and there's a level up event going on too. And I can't level up my thing, my 4-star thing yet. But if I wanted to, I could level up one of my 5 stars to rank 2. But honestly, right now, the 2 are Groot. He's still ranked. Well, no. I did rank 2 Groot. Doc Ock is rank 1 still. And Winter Soldier is still rank 1. But Doc Ock, even at rank 1, is powerful enough that I don't really have any problem with him. I often forget that he's rank 1. And Winter Soldier I always use with a synergy, so he's fine as well. So I can wait on getting them up, but I do want to get them up there. So I just need 5 T4 basics, which I will have. If I had them already, I would take Thing on up and start making some make a video on him. Just gameplay, because I already did the closer look on Thing. So at this point, yeah, I know, Tim. I mean, think about it. Okay, so I pulled Doc Ock, and we're talking about it. We're like, okay, you know, Doc Ock, because I had already heard that he was better unawakened, but I didn't remember why. And, you know, then it was like, okay, well, yeah, because unawakened, it's easier to get his power lock. I was like, okay, that's good. You know, that's what I was told. And I said, all right, that's cool. And in my very next opening, I awaken him. It's like Kabam said, yes, he is better unawakened. And before you can actually realize any true usefulness of that, here, have another Doc Ock. I mean, I don't know. I don't really believe in coincidences, especially when it comes to programmatic types things like this. The fact that he was in the arena and I got him from the arena and then pulled him, that sort of thing has happened too often. I actually got my 4-star Blade and my 4-star Starkey from a featured crystal back when I actually got those at all, and I would buy like maybe 5 of them at a time, 10, you know, something like that. But I got them always when the arena was happening for those champions. I don't know. As a developer, I know better than to say random. It's pseudo-random. So there can always be something, some code issue that causes these clumping patterns that we see. So they can still say it's random, you know, as much as it can be. But that doesn't mean that there isn't an issue with their random number generator. All right. We're winding down to the wire. And see, I could actually finish off this arena, and who knows, I might do it later. Just doing another round of my 550s will get it for me. And I'm in no hurry. I mean, look how much time I have. But if I wanted to hurry it up, I would just start using my 440s. And I would be able to finish it off there. But I won't. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Yeah, I read part of your comment, Tim. It made me think of that song. Back in the day. Back in the day, Jane Foster 4-star was one of the champs that kept eluding me. Finally, she comes back as a basic. I got her both arenas. Next 3 4-star crystals, she went from Sig 1 to Sig 60. 61. Yeah, exactly. And see, I don't think that's a coincidence. No. There's something in their code, in their random generator, that causes that. There's no way. I think my sister just got back. If you're wondering where she was, she went and got her hair did. And I heard her just come back, and she's making herself some food right now. So we won't be seeing her this stream, but we are set up on Skype. So the next time you hear her, we're going to try Skype and see if that helps that echoing problem at all. Don't know. Anthony says, sounds suspect. Yep. I've heard a lot of stories, people using gems, then getting the champ from the next crystal. Exactly. I mean, how often does it have to happen before people don't think of it as a coincidence? There's something going on. We don't have the code. We can't examine it. And maybe all the developers don't have the code either. There's something, I used to hate this because of my hacker mindset. But they have this thing called a black box type philosophy. So even the programmers working on a project don't always have access to all of the code that they're using. This black box means the code could be elsewhere. They could be linking in a library and just using the functions on it, because that's all you would need to do. You need a random number generator, call this function. That's all you need to know. You don't know how it works. You don't know anything about it. So, who knows how they have things set up there. The Months Behind says, or getting 3 Science Awakening gems. Yeah. It's like, with random, you can calculate certain things. Like, out of all of the class gems, and I'm not going to do it. That's a long time ago. I don't even remember how to do it. But I think it's a permutation or a combination. But you can calculate it and see what are your chances as far as the classes. You know how many classes and what's the chances you pull a particular class. But then you can also calculate the probability of pulling 3 of the same class in a row, because it is possible. In any kind of a random system, it's possible. It's sort of like doing heads or tails, right? It's possible for you to get 10 heads in a row, even 20 or 30 or 40 heads in a row. But if that happens, I'll bet you most of us are going to be going, okay, what's going on? That's because although it's possible, it's not probable. It doesn't have a high probability. And that's what I'm looking at with their random number generator. It does things that are possible but not probable. They just happen too often. Okay, there we go. I was wondering, I was hitting them with my medium and I wasn't getting any stacks. Okay. Yeah, catch a little of this then. Yeah, I'm not going there, Months. Me and stats, we don't have a good history. I dropped out of that probability theory class, I think, twice before they offered up 2 classes in its place that were more in keeping with my curriculum, which was the statistical methods 1 and 2 instead of that probability theory. Ugh, hated that thing. Tim says 3. I've opened 6 Science Awakening gems. Yeah, see? That should not be. And if I were writing a random number generator or using one and I tested it and in my testing that happened, I throw it out. It's no good. That should be near impossible to happen. And the fact that it happens often just lets me know that it's got to be something, you know? Oh, you had to take it 3 times, Months? Ouch. Well, I did just fine in statistical methods. I think I got an A in statistical methods 1 and a B in statistical methods 2. But that probability theory, I did not like it at all. It was graded on the curve. There were several math majors. The teacher wasn't that good. Yeah, I did not care for it at all. No, sir. Didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. Woo! Look at all them evades. I mean, that's just some ridiculous mess. There we go. Stop all that. Just look like bullets. Poof, 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 poof. Looks cool, but not when you're trying to hit him. 6 out of 10. Tim says he has opened. Wow. All I ever wanted was tech and still no tech. Yeah, see, that's just nuts. And something else that I would love to see in this game is an exchange. You see how they did the catalysts? Well, I wouldn't want the exchange rate to be that steep, but I would love to be able to take one class of Awakening Gem, and if you have 2 of the same class, I would love to see the ability to trade it in for the class of your choice. Not random, but for the class of your choice. So for you, Tim, you'd be able to take 2 of those science gems and convert them into 1 tech Awakening Gem. And I'm sure you would do it. That's what I'd love to see. But who knows? They may eventually do that in the future. But they'd probably end up making it 3, which would be nuts. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. This will be the day that I die. Alright, so this is our last round here. And then, what I'm going to do, put in something to eat. And while it's getting ready, I'll record some narration over my Alliance War video. so that it's ready for when the final countdown. It's the final countdown. But the final countdown for how we did. And I'll be able to get that out to you guys pretty quick after it's done. But so far, we're looking good. We need to win, I think, 2. Good grief, girl. We need to win 2 of the 3 wars remaining to kind of lock in our Platinum 1 spot. So, worst case, we would be Platinum 2, which is what we were last season. But we're in a very good spot. In fact, we're close to Masters. If we were to win all 3, who knows? We might actually get Masters. And if we didn't, we'd place very high in the Platinum 1. And of course, if, you know, more alliances get docked, that would make the journey even easier. Okay, so Shadow Bloom is still doing it. Let me see. Oh, Alliance War is about to be over in 8 minutes. So I'll get this ready to record that final countdown. So I guess I won't be doing the narration because I don't have the time. I'll just have to do the narration all at once. Yep, we got 1 day left. All right. Grab this. All right, guys. Not even a thought? Yeah, exactly. I know you would have done it. But that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out with me. Always a pleasure. Take care. Look for my Alliance War video later on. Like I said, this 8 minutes, the war is going to be over. So I'm going to record the narration, record the ending results, then render it while I eat, and get it up. On YouTube. Look at that. 10% battery power. So I'm going to put this bad boy on a charger real quick. But take care, everybody. And you guys, hey, Black Smoke, I'm just finishing up. But what's up, what's up? But I'm just closing off. So you guys, Affliction, peace out. Take care. And everybody have a blessed day. This is the stream that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friend.